What's up, XDefiant fans? It is Preach as always. Today I'm going to be showing you some background gameplay that shows just exactly why playing with a party in XDefiant can be incredibly overpowered. And this background gameplay is all sniping gameplay here on the map Pueblito. And I've been trying to bring you guys less sniping gameplay because I know most of you do not snipe and would rather watch other guns. But something I realized is that it doesn't really matter what gun that I use because in my M4 videos, I get called an AR using head glitching tryhard. And then in my ACR videos, I get called a meta weapon using tryhard. And then in my MP7 videos, I get called a meta SMG tryhard and a sweat. And then in my sniping videos, I get called a one-shot abusing tryhard. So it really doesn't matter what gun I use, people are gonna whine. So I'm gonna post whatever guns I'm enjoying at the time and whatever gameplay I have. Anyway, don't worry, I'm not going to make you rely on watching this to try to pick up on what is happening in the game that you aren't even playing in. I'm going to explain it to you so that you and your friends can take advantage of this just like my friends and I did on Friday. But before we jump into the discussion, if you guys like this video, you already know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn those bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video. We're going to start this off by introducing my friends. We had a 5-stack, so only one player on our team was not in our party during this game. The player with the gamer tag MadXTitan is incredibly good at every video game I have ever played with him. The player Chris Houston, who was a little less creative with his gamer tag, is also very good at pretty much everything I have played with him. This is the first time I've ever played games with Caught Hornet, but he played well throughout the night. And finally, Kylo's Creed hasn't played games with us in like 4 years and made an account on Friday just to hang out. So his performances weren't exactly the best. That's okay. He doesn't really play much. As you can see, as this video started, we dominated the first capture zone pretty easily, and everybody was getting a decent amount of kills, which set the stage for how we played the rest of the match. By the end of the second capture zone, we had triple their score, and 3 of us were in double-digit kills with a 2.0 or better so far within the game, and this is when we started talking to each other about keeping the game close to see if we could have a 3-person 50 bomb, yet still win the game because we thought that would be cool. Ultimately, we decided to try to extend the lead for a safety net to make sure it wasn't so close that we had any chance of actually losing before allowing the other team to score and extend the game. Someone even made the joke that this might be a form of cyberbullying because we were basically toying with our prey at this point. The reason I'm explaining all of this is because these are the types of things that you have the ability to do when you play with a big party in a game like XDefiant. The ability to use your whole team together to manipulate spawns, and when you're clearly better than the other team, even intentionally manipulate the entire score of the game is incredibly overpowered. Another overpowered feature of playing with a party is the ability to call out information to your teammates. If you see someone cross where you can't take a shot, you can tell your teammates about it. Or if you notice that you might be getting flanked, you can warn your team to watch for it. When you lose a gunfight, you can call out the enemy's location to your team so that they can trade your kill quickly and not lose map positioning. Another big thing you can do when you party up and play as a team that we didn't really take advantage of is use factions and abilities that work well with each other and discuss when and where and how to use them to best benefit the team. The biggest thing that we discovered on Friday night, though, was that the game itself is limited in matchmaking due to your party size and can't always find you other parties to play that are the same size as yours. Anytime you're playing as a 4 to 5 man stack in a lobby against 6 solo queue players, you are going to be at a massive advantage. Sometimes the game will find you another 4 or 5 man stack to play against, and honestly, this is really fun as well because it leads to some incredibly competitive games, which got a few of us looking really forward to playing ranked play. Really, the only downside to playing with a group of really good players like we had this weekend is that no one player gets the chance to really pop off with some crazy high kill game because of the fact that the other really good teammates are taking up a lot of the available kills on the map. It's kind of a catch-22 because in the background gameplay, if you take out Mad Titan, Chris, or myself, you open up more potential kills on the map for the other two guys. However, losing a good player that you're communicating with may have also made it harder for us to manipulate how the game played out in the long run. So, like I said, catch-22. In all honesty, though, the most overpowered part of playing in a full party is just the camaraderie and the fun of hanging out with the boys. Or girls, I know y'all game too. Just having a good time, not worrying much about stats or your wins and losses, just talking, cracking jokes, making fun of each other when we mess up, and giving each other props when we fry. If you have friends who like to game and they aren't playing XDefiant with you, you need to talk them into getting the game and hopping on. Because I promise you, you are going to have a lot of fun playing with them. And you're going to win a lot more games, even if they aren't that good on the sticks, just by being able to communicate and coordinate throughout your matches. Personally, I would recommend playing the objective modes as opposed to TDM with your friends because with a group you can capture points, move escort packages much easier than you can playing solo, and those games last a little bit longer. I want to go back to the background gameplay now and discuss a few final points. Now, this might sound obvious, and I'm sure that it is, but to get as many kills with 3 people as we end up getting in this video, you're going to have to play pretty aggressively throughout the match. And in a game mode like Occupy, you're going to want to play near the capture zone, as that is either where the enemies are or where they are trying to go. Which this is one of my arguments with people who say they don't care about winning, they just want kills, yet they're camped in the back of the map somewhere. Do they not realize that they would get more kills if they were near the zone where the enemy team is actually going? Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be standing directly on the zone, but there are more kills to be had close to the zone than farther away from it in pretty much every zone related game mode. And even in Escort, the offensive players, especially, are going to be hanging out right at the package. So if you're on defense, pushing near the package is going to get you the opportunity for more kills while simultaneously helping your team win. Now, if you recall earlier, I told you that we decided early on in the game that we wanted to go for a 3-man 50 bomb. And in the end, all 3 of us ended up surpassing that milestone easily, as once we got to over 240 points in the game, we just let them score and score and score until it started getting a little close, and then somebody stepped on the zone to close out the game for us. When we popped the final scoreboard, all 3 of us had dropped over 60 kills, while Caught Hornet dropped over 50. So we had 4 players on our 5 stat get over 50 kills each. Was this cyberbullying? Was this immoral and wrong? Should we be allowed to play this way? I don't know. But I do know that it was a lot of fun, and I fully intend to do it again soon. If you aren't playing with friends, get your friends on the game, and if you like this video, you already know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn those bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Preach out.